There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." He's like, "Make me move." Austin grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I look at my brother, and then I'm not going to talk about the rest. So just that's just what I saw. And I tried to help him, but
it was just senseless.
It was really senseless. Really, I don't know why a person would do that to someone just over that little argument. It's just crazy in this world nowadays how people just up and do that. Like that man has a family. That man has people that care about them all the time, and he did everything for our family too. He was a strong man. He was a strong kid.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we finally have a little bit of breaking news regarding the Karmelo Anthony murder case. Collin County Judge Roach, who is a great judge in my opinion, has imposed strict security and media restrictions ahead of the trial for Karmelo Anthony. Karmelo Anthony is the teen who stabbed Austin Metcalf at a track meet last year in Frisco ISD. For months, this case has been plagued with doxing, threats, and even swatting incidents, targeting witnesses and individuals closely tied to the case, including myself. As I said before, I've previously reported on efforts to secure a gag order and a protective order to protect individuals and their private information. The order includes heightened security in and around the courthouse, tight media restrictions, meaning no free-for-all, and there will be no live streaming, as I previously said. There will be measures aimed at protecting jurors, witnesses, and any close family members involved with the trial, and court personnel. Other judges with scheduled meetings and court proceedings in the courthouse at this time have reportedly adjusted their own calendars and their own court proceedings and hearings. And some have moved their proceedings to be online in order to accommodate this high-profile case. Seating will be limited with designated areas specified for family members, members of the media, and the public. The court says in the order that the doors will close promptly at 9 a.m. every morning, and no one will be admitted until recess. Security will be heightened with bag checks, as well as metal detectors at the entrance of the courthouse and possibly to the courtroom itself. I am currently awaiting further instructions from Collin County, and according to an email I have received, I am on their official list to be informed as proceedings continue.
All right, let's get at it. This is breaking news. It's been a little while since we've done an update on the Karmelo Anthony Metcalf case. So breaking news, Collin County Judge Roach has imposed strict security and media restrictions ahead of the trial of Karmelo Anthony, the teen who fatally unalived Austin Metcalf at a Frisco track meet. For months, the case has been plagued with doxing, threats, and even swatting incidents targeting witnesses and individuals closely tied to the case, including Sarah Fields right here. She said, "I previously reported on efforts to secure the protective order and gag order after multiple people involved were placed at risk. The order includes the following," and we went over this. She said this a moment ago: heightened security in and around the courtroom. That's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. When you think about what we're talking about, a teenager that unalived another teenager is causing the need for heightened security in the courtroom. How do you think that's going to give justice for Karmelo Anthony? How does that work? If you're somebody that's doing that, how does that get him justice? Tight media restrictions, no free-for-all coverage. I don't know what free-for-all coverage is, but I'm assuming it's just no streaming. There will be no streaming, but you'll see it in a moment too. No live broadcasting from inside the courtroom. Measures aimed at protecting jurors, witnesses, and court personnel. I mean, the fact that we have now gotten to the place where court personnel and jurors who are doing their job, who are doing their civic duty, are now in peril. That's some grimy work. That is some grimy work. And she keeps saying, "I'm currently waiting for further instructions." We know that. The trial, if you don't remember, is set to begin on June 1st, 2026. As far as I can tell, that is going to be the case. There's not going to be any changes to that. This case has already crossed lines that should never be crossed. I'm glad Judge Roach is taking these precautions. Let's see what he got right here. All right, this is just the order that dropped on April 16th. All right. I hate the media is not going to be involved, and I really wish we could see it. I really, in my opinion, that's probably the biggest letdown, is that we won't be able to see it ourselves. So we'll have to get it from kind of like other big trials, federal trials that don't have media coverage. We'll have to get it after the fact, and I hate doing that. Wait, why am I not subscribed to her? Okay, make sure. Okay. I hate that because I don't think that's the best way to go about it in the world that we're currently in. It's, in my opinion, it's much better that we can all just watch it together. We can all watch it and we can all have our own interpretation of what we see. But when we're getting the information from one reporter who goes in and then comes out and reports, even though I'm sure they do a great job, they take meticulous notes, they're making sure that they're giving the best information possible. I still hate that we are not going to be able to see it. We have to wait for them to tell us what. And again, that could be right, and there could be nothing wrong. It can be perfect. But then again, it's just, I think it would be better to see it. And we see this in so many other cases where when we're watching it, I feel like it keeps people honest, in my opinion. I think it keeps people honest. It keeps people on their P's and Q's, so to speak, because there is no way for any shenanigans to happen. And I'm not assuming that there will be any shenanigans. Again, this judge looks like he's really top notch. So I want to give him that credit, of course. I just think it'd be easier for us to watch it ourselves and then make our own decision. What do you think about it? Am I crazy? What do you think? And real quick, I also want to bring this in very quickly. Breaking, this is from the 20th. I obtained the court order from Judge Roach regulating trial proceedings, media access, security, courtroom decorum for the Karmelo Anthony trial, scheduled to start on June 1st. All right, I'm just going to scan through this very quickly. Let me make sure this is big enough for everybody to see. Oh, yeah, much better. The court has found that this case has generated substantial public and media attention, and that unrestricted access and or activity may compromise court security, juror privacy, and the defendant's right to a fair trial. The court further finds that reasonable time, place, and manner restrictions are necessary and appropriate, and that while the media and public retain the right to attend proceedings, such access is subject to the limitations set forth in this order. You can walk into the court at 8:30 for members of the media. 8:40 looks like family members need to be in by 8:50, and the doors no more than doesn't say when the doors are going to close, promptly at 9 o'clock. No more than 9 members of the media shall be permitted in the courtroom at one time. Seating shall be space available basis. Courtroom doors shall close at 9 o'clock. We got that. 9 people is not a lot when you think about this trial. That is not a lot of people. I just wonder I want to see what he says about cameras. Are they able to? I know they're not going to be able to use cameras. Man, that sucks, man. It seems like so much is going to happen that people are going to have questions about and wonder about. Oh, there it is. Photography, video recording, audio recording, live streaming, or any other form of recordings or transmission of courtroom proceedings is strictly prohibited. No electronic device may be used to record or capture any portion of the proceedings. Electronic devices may be permitted in the courtroom by the media for note-taking purposes only, subject to approval by the court, and must remain silent at all times. I'm telling you, I've been in court and phone rang, and that is the worst. That's the worst. No media interview shall be conducted in the courtroom, in the hallways, or any security restricted areas of the courthouse. All interviews must take place only in designated areas approved by the court. and coordinating through the Collin County Public Information's Office. Media activity must not interfere with the courthouse operations, security measures, or the orderly conduct of the proceedings. Okay, don't be standing up trying to take an interview. And don't be jumping up talking about, I object. Members of the public and the media shall not congregate in the hallways, entryways, or other areas of the courthouse in a manner that disrupts the operations, creates security concerns, or interferes with the movement of individuals. All right. All persons must comply with the directions of the court staff and security personnel at all times. All right. I mean, this seems pretty straightforward. I'll just say it again just for the simple fact I just hate it. Let me see. Yeah, I think this is pretty straightforward, man. I understand it. I just wish that everybody could be a part of it and see it ourselves. I think it would just be helpful for clarity's sake that everybody could see it. Then everybody would know exactly what happened at the exact same time. We'd hear the objections. We'd see the information. We'd see the videos. We'll see the slides. We'll hear the testimonies all at the same time, and nobody will have any questions and such of that nature. So let me see. Is there anything in here that no person, including members of the media, shall photograph, record, or otherwise visually capture an image of any witness, prospective witness, juror, or prospective juror, nor shall any person publish or disclose the name, identity, or personal information of any witness who is a minor, juror, or prospective juror. No person shall communicate or attempt to communicate with any witness, prospective witness, juror, or prospective juror prior to the return of the final verdict. No interviews of witnesses, jurors, or prospective jurors shall occur until after the conclusion of the trial, and only if voluntarily agreed upon by the person. All right. Don't be running up in here trying to talk about, I got to ask a question. He said, don't be doing that. All right. So this down in the description for you. Thanks so much, everybody. I appreciate y'all, and I'll keep you posted. Grace and peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the JWhit Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment, because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.